Oh yeah, way more power, for sure.
You know, that says everything you need to know about that bike, in my opinion.
Whitney, you gotta read us that sweater.
I'd rather have a sister in a whorehouse than a brother on a Honda.
Well, luckily we don't have a Honda here today, but I have a feeling that energy applies to both of these motorcycles right here. You've kind of had a Harley awakening, so we're dragging you back into the world of middleweight naked bikes today.
You just asked me, you're like, didn't the breakout handle like shit? And I was like, who cares? I don't buy it for its handling. I buy it because it's an old dude magnet. And every time you crack the throttle, you get a soul boner. So I'm just like, I'm dreaming about $30,000 bikes. It's weird. I never thought I'd be here.
Neither did I, honest to God, never did. That is a whole other conversation. Luckily today, you put both of these motorcycles together, you won't even get to $30,000 because this is roughly 11.5, which is insane. That's 13 grand. That is the Street Triple RS. This is the Aprilia Tuono 660 factory. And I wanted to bring these bikes together to see which one is the king of the middleweight nakeds, in my opinion. I know that this isn't quite a middleweight, it's sort of reaching for it, but it's got the technology of a middleweight if it's a little underpowered. It has better hardware than this thing does because that only has Öhlins in the back. This thing has a lot more horsepower, 121. This is 105. So we've got a pretty big gap between these two, but they're aimed right at that same sort of sport bike, street rider. And I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on these. Got anything you can give us a little taste on?
Okay, here's a little bit of background info on me. The last Triumph I rode was the Rocket 3, and I was bored. Spoiler alert.
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, and you were such a dickhead. You were like, did you get it out of first gear? I was like, dude, fuck you too, Jake. But Triumphs don't rub me the right way. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're Americans. I have no idea.
Yeah, we told the British to get gone when we threw all that tea in the harbor.
But I'm trying to be the professional moto vlogger that I am. And you know, we are coming to a point where modern bikes are boring us, and that's a problem. So I'm trying to step out of that and step out of my Harley dad and maybe embrace my, you know, three-corner trumpet eating hat. Crumpet eating hat? Not trumpet. Don't eat a trumpet.
Well, I cannot believe I forgot to mention this while we were out there, but I'm giving this motorcycle away. So click the link down in the description to get yourself entered to win, because regardless of how we think it shakes down against the Tuono, this thing is an absolute beast. It's one of the best motorcycles you could spend your doubloons on, and you've got until the end of January to get yourself signed up. Link is down in the description. Well, I appreciate you taking the risk and calling us professional. I'm not sure that I would use that pejorative with us, but
how many bikes have we ridden between us?
A shitload.
69,000 bikes.
The metric determination is a shitload.
Yeah, one shitload.
But so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go take these things out to our favorite twisty road here. We're gonna shake them down and see which one excites us more. Really, at the end of the day, that's all this is about. Which one is more fun? But before we go out, we do need to take a quick second and talk about our sponsor for today's video, Brake Free. In case you're unaware, Brake Free is this light that you're seeing on the back of both mine and Whitney's helmet in this video. This thing is a pretty killer piece of kit because it lights up anytime it senses any deceleration on your motorcycle. That means that regardless of how you slow down, regardless of whether you're grabbing the brake, whether you're using an auto blipper like both of these motorcycles have, or you're just rolling off the throttle to engine brake, this thing is going to light up, letting everybody know behind you that you're slowing down. And I know some people out there are thinking that it may be redundant because your bike has a brake light. This thing is so much higher up on the motorcycle, meaning that it's always in a driver's field of view, whereas your brake light may not be. But you've heard me talk about this a ton before, and we have a co-host today, so Let's see what Whitney has to say. Whitney, I noticed you got a brake free on your helmet. Do you enjoy riding with it?
Dude, everybody wants one. Everybody wants one. My kids love playing with it. My dogs like looking at it. It is like a fun, enigmatic thing in your life.
Yeah.
You need one.
You need one. There you go. Whitney said it. And if you're
you need
interested in grabbing one, all you got to do is click that link down in the description below where you can use the code SPITE for $10 off your order. With that, let's hit the road.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, now that we're out on the motorcycles, why don't you let me know your thoughts on the Street Triple? I know you've been dying to let them out, so...
or dying just holding them in.
Yep, it's giving you stomach ulcers.
So I've talked about this before. You gotta take a toll road to leave Jake's garage and come out here. That's usually where I go on a date with the bikes that we ride. And it's great on the highway. It's great. But I was like, would I choose this? Also, hold on. This is gonna be diabolical. Are you ready for it? I was like, do I prefer this over my spark peeling? And I don't.
Ooh,
But here's the thing, Spite. It's a great bike. It gets 10 out of 10 on handling. This is one of the best handling bikes. It feels great. It's confidence inspiring. It's intuitive. It feels really good. The position is good. It sounds good. I also like how, like, this is all pretty minimal. There's not a lot of bells and whistles up here. And I enjoy that. I appreciate it.
It's so funny you say that because that's kind of where I land with the Speed Triple. Street Triple. It is an excellent motorcycle. Every time I get on that, I'm just like, holy cow, I need to take this to a racetrack and see how it feels when ridden in anger, because it's so well built. It's so well suspended. The motor feels good. It's nice and linear. But that's when I'm out on the street, that's not really what I want.
No.
Because I want something, and I know I get made fun of in the comments for this. People are like, yeah, you want a bad bike on the street. It's like, no, I don't want a bad bike. I just don't want a bike that's so polished smooth that it's very clearly designed to just crush racetrack stuff.
Yeah, so it's good to know that your comment section will be chasing both of us with a pitchfork and not just me, because I know that's how the CB1000 went, but I knew what I was getting into by saying that. Oh, if I showed up to a track day and this was there, oh dude, I would be in heaven. Like, what a fun bike. It's so great.
So when I bought that bike to give it away, by the way, giveaway motorcycle, click the link down in the description below. You can get yourself entered to win. When I bought that bike, AF1 had just done like a $2,000 service ticket on it. They did the valves, they put brand new rotors on it, they redid basically the entire braking system on that bike.
I can tell.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
So that bike is set up, ready to rock and roll, and they feel phenomenal.
I mean, it's shitting on my spark peelin's brakes, that's for sure. I mean, it's I'm comparing apples to oranges though. That's the problem. I'm comparing a thumper that is just like a little city ripper to something that is a mature and established and respected machine, where mine is desperately neglected and I should go to bike owner jail. So
well, let's get you on the Tuono 660 so you can compare apples to apples with this one.
I have a funny feeling that I'm gonna like this one more. Has my funny feeling ever been not funnily accurate?
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty accurate.
Taller.
You're one of the people who's like the most open and honest about what they like.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to motorcycles, like you just don't care.
I don't care. To people who don't know, I've bought a lot. I've bought like 5 brand new bikes. I demoed 0 of them.
That's insane. That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Man, this thing, just sitting on it and starting it up, it's so clear that this is just so buttoned up in suit and tie and ready to rock and roll.
Yes, it's very professional. This thing is already just like lurching. This one's got nice, it's jabby, or it's perky. I like how perky this guy is.
Yeah, that thing, so that has a full race tune on it. It's got a full exhaust system. It's got an intake. It's been done up for sure. And, you know, I've raced that motorcycle, but it's definitely got a lot more grunt down low. This thing's got a lot of torque, but it really feels like it only comes alive after like 6,000 or 8,000 RPM. But once it wakes up, it's like, holy cow, there's a lot of power on tap here. I can definitely, you're doing the thing again where I can tell you're a lot more happy on the Tuono just by the way that you ride.
Way more happy. I don't know what that is.
I just think that when you get on a bike that sort of like plugs into your brain,
yes, then I don't think about it.
You don't think, you just ride.
Dude, I was like barely giving it any beans.
That thing's got balls now that I've worked on it quite a bit. It's a sweet little ride, and I love the way that it makes its power. It's very in your face about it. It's hard not to love the Tuono. I genuinely think that is, like, for the money, one of the best bikes you can buy. Yeah, it's for 11.5, you get full Öhlins. You get Öhlins front and rear.
Dude, yes.
You get cruise control, which this thing does not have. You get fully adjustable rider modes. This one has modes and stuff, and you can go in and dial it, but I don't like the way that the menus work on here. You've got big-ass Brembo brakes and the works. Like, that is one of the most well-equipped motorcycles. The problem is, for a lot of guys, it doesn't have the horsepower that something like this does.
Oh, dude, here's the thing. You're tuned in, you're tapped in, you're a professional tune and tap in motorcycle man. This feels faster to me, but you have a full system on it and it's got a tune and it's just like set up for that. I don't miss the -20. I don't miss it, you know?
So I think one of the things that makes that feel faster is the way that it puts on the power, right? It's
Right.
more immediately usable. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of down low grunt here, but it revs out a little bit more like an inline 4. Like you have to rev it out a little bit.
I am not a rever outers, just for people's awareness. I like the low end power. I love that.
And I think that's what a lot of people come to this bike for, is they want a bike that's got torque, but they also want to try to like hunt for that top end rush. And there is a little bit here to get hunted for, which the little Street Triple, the Street Triple R, does not have. Now here's the question, Whitney.
Oh yeah.
You are out there looking for a street bike. You want a street bike, not a track bike, because most of the people who are watching my videos, I know for a fact, are street riders. So you want to get yourself a nice, fun, weekend rip-around motorcycle. Which one are you buying?
A Honda Hornet CB750.
So you're not going with either of them.
Well, that's not true. I'm 100% going with the Aprilia. 100%. You have made it more fun, so that's altering my opinion. But I do recall riding this before you did all the race mods to it, and I really enjoyed it then too. So I love Aprilia. I don't have any sort of qualms with, I've ridden a lot of Aprilias now. They're either like, they're the sensei and I'm just the student, and that's fun. I don't feel that way with Triumph.
Triumph, for me, this is basically like if you want to get a Miata that you don't have to do anything to. Like, this is ready to go to the racetrack right out of the box. There's, not to say that the Tuono isn't, but the Tuono is so much better now that I've done stuff to it. Like,
Right.
it is, I have significantly improved that motorcycle for the racetrack. This thing, I could take it to the racetrack right now, and the only thing I'd need is tank grips. And it's done and dusted. So, any parting thoughts, Whitney, between these two bikes?
I'm on a quest. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up.
Would you be sad if you won this as a giveaway motorcycle?
Absolutely not. 100% no. And I mean that sincerely. I have Spite's not paying me to say, there's no I'm not
No,
lying.
you can't buy Whitney's opinion.
You
That's
can't
not
buy
possible.
my opinion. I just don't think that. I would be very happy. Like I said, it's not a bad bike. 10 out of 10 handling. You don't get that number from me frequently. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I've got lower back issues. No, the Triumph is great. Like, it feels great. It also, like, this is pretty tall. It's got to have a lower seat height.
It does. Yeah, I can tell you're having a hard time reaching the ground on that guy.
Like, whoa. But it's a great bike. I mean, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10. This is how weird I am. I would rate that bike a 10 out of 10.
But you would not own it.
If you told me I had to trade in my Svart peeling, I don't think I could. But I don't like how that bike looks. And I'm a big looks person.
Yeah.
I don't like the Hornety buggy vibe.
If I put a giant round headlight up front?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I am going to be putting a giant round headlight on this
Are
bike
you? All
in
right.
a little bit, so we'll have to come and get your opinion on it when that happens. But if you guys are interested in winning this bike right here, which got the Whitney 10 out of 10, even though
got a 10
perhaps
out of
it didn't
10,
get
man.
her full seal of approval, this bike is truly phenomenal. I'm actually, every time I get on it, I'm like, I understand why guys ride these for 20,000, 40,000 miles. There's a guy at AF1 who traded in a 2018 Street Triple with 45,000 miles on the clock. And guess what he got?
What did he get? Another one?
Another Street Triple. He got another Street Triple. He just got a new one.
You know, that says everything you need to know about that bike, in my opinion. You know how many times I see a used ZH2 at Family Power Sports and it's got like 35 miles on it?
Because people buy it and they think it's a great idea, and then they get on it and they're like, this sucks. Or it's just like too much. But no, people buy these, they keep them, and they run them forever. And if you would like to do that, well, not buy it, you can win it. Click that link down in the description below. Get yourself entered to win. You've got all through December and then most of January. The exact dates are down below. But get yourself entered to win this guy. And a huge shout out to Whitney for coming and hanging out. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.